It's the end of the road for disrespectful people in this country who enjoyed 8 years of protection under our previous apologetic president. To say anything to these particularly entitled members of society would have resulted in being called a racist, or worse. But now that a black Democratic senator is sending a bold message, he's finding out what it feels like to be in the crosshairs of his own party but doesn't care. Americans aren't being silent about this CR that has wreaked havoc in our communities and aren't accepting it or excuses for it any longer. As we all work together to make America great again with President Donald Trump leading the unapologetic way, people are taking their communities back, including one blunt senator who just royally enraged many apologetic people in Brooklyn, New York with new billboards that went up overnight. A lot of people don't like being told what to do as they are used to getting their way and rioting if they don't. State Senator Eric Adams doesn't care about offending them or being politically correct when it comes to what happens in his city, which he's worked hard to change, and nobody can call him racist for it. Indicative of some people's lazy, disgusting attitude is a certain style that's gone on too long. The way that so-called thugs wear their pants, forcing everyone to see their backsides and underwear, has gone too far and become a big problem, especially for Adams. This isn't a fashion statement, it's an intrusive sight to see and disrespectful to everyone in public who they force it on. The sagging style also happens to be for a different reason, which a liquor store in Oklahoma is very aware of and got on board with Adams' billboard idea after he did. Those who sport this look know it bothers people, which is part of the reason they walk around with their pants practically around their ankles. While they can look like they are unable to dress themselves all they want, Adams is hoping to encourage them to get out of the thug rut. Not only is this black politician leading by example that anyone can be successful if they want to be, he's not pulling any punches with what he's suggesting young men in Brooklyn can do if they want the respect they tell everyone they deserve. AWM reports. State Sen. Adams wants the young men of Brooklyn to be afforded the same opportunities as other people, but when they show up to job interviews or school with their pants falling off their hips, people look down on them and do not give them the respect they deserve. If they simply fixed their look and pulled up their pants, they would gain access to more opportunities. Adams's billboard showed two young men sagging their pants. The image is captioned with, "Raise your pants, raise your image." Adams wants his community to do better and be better. That is why is he leading the fight against pants sagging in New York. It's part of a larger campaign to tell our young people and our community as a whole, we are better than this, Adams told CNN. The sagging trend originated from prison culture. Adams, who happens to be a Democrat, is a living example that it's actually possible for liberals to actually help the people they say they want to, not just make excuses for their poor behavior. This impressive mentality stems from his former work as a New York City police captain and is certainly something other people in his party can learn from. "I policed all over the city. The first indicator of whether a young person was in trouble was the way they dressed," Adams said. He's right, and he's not afraid to admit it, although others are. When an Oklahoma liquor store recently made it a rule that customers have to pull up their pants or shop someplace else, not everyone was on board with this awesome idea. The business has more of a reason than just showing respect for yourself and others to make this rule, since employees noticed that the style made it easy for customers to steal. Usually, when people come in with their pants sagging, it's easier for them to steal bottles, Midwest Wine and Spirits employee Shanna Wiesner told KFAR. Other people feel that it's nobody's right to tell others what to wear, while completely ignoring that it's nobody's right to tell a business that they can't make their own dress code rules if they want to. As for Adams and his Brooklyn anti-sagging billboards, he's not stopping this message anytime soon. In fact, he's just getting started. He plans to take this clothing campaign to school boards and encourage schools to amend dress codes to prohibit pants sagging, which shows young men's underpants and rear ends. According to AWM, it used to be that anyone who disagreed with a person's rules or decisions could pitch a fit and make them pay. That's not how freedom works in America, and President Trump has made that known. It's unacceptable for one person to use what they perceive as their rights to take another person's away. Perpetuating the entitled mentality that you can do whatever you want and other people have to deal with it, was one of the main causes of conflict, riots, and destructive issues in society that Barack Obama allowed. It's not racist to tell someone to pull up their pants, it's a matter of simple respect.